Miss Amy, I might would slide back some. I've got to.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and get started. I want to thank y'all for coming tonight to join us for our first WEP Booster official meeting. And we had boosters way back years ago. I imagine you probably remember, if you're in ninth grade, you remember that we've had a big group. It kind of dwindled down and have had one for several years. So we wanted to get it back started. So I'm happy that we've had some volunteers to do that. So we're excited to get this going this year, especially as hectic as this year's been. It's really nice that we're going to be able to get this started back. But why is it important? Boosters is important for, first of all, for the parents just to have a voice and to be involved in the school. It's also important helping us with fundraisers. There's lots of things that we need that we don't get. A lot of people think, oh, you know, we get lots of different things for the teachers, but we have budgets and they're tight budgets. So it's important to have our parents supporting us, letting the students have some fun too, helping us, but also with parents being just involved. It's important that the students see that y'all are a big part of the school. It makes a huge difference. So we're glad that everybody's Zooming in with us too. And this year's been different. And I'm going to talk about that. Before we get the booster meeting started, I did want to share kind of how our year has started and how it's going this year. This has been a challenging year just to, not only with the COVID issues, but also with the renovations. We still have renovations going on and they won't be finished until January. We'll be through hopefully in January if everything goes smoothly. Of course, if you have a first grader and if they're in pod D, E, or F, you have already seen the transformation. If you've got a first grader and they're in pod C, we've not gotten to pod C yet. So far, what's going on, if you've noticed, we still have, those of you coming in, you noticed on the front, you're having to drive around construction. They're doing the columns in the front, so they're getting they've already got the canopy out there in the front, but they're going to break those columns up for the entrance. And also they're working on the covered walkways between our second grade, Annex 1 and 2, and middle part right here, between pods A and B. So, and they're covering all of that. That's going to help tremendously with our second graders. It gets covered and they get finished with that. We'll be able to let the kids come in between the campus instead of having to go around. They have a long walk right now. So we're ready to see that get finished, especially to help them be covered when it's raining. So they are busy working on those things right now. Also, speaking of COVID-19, we've not had many issues here at Garrison Filter, and I wanted to share that with parents. And I've shared it with the teachers, and of course we know because we're here, but we have been very fortunate. We just had our first teacher that had to quarantine, not because she had it, but her daughter had it. Her daughter was in college, and she came home and of course was with her daughter. So she's quarantined right now for 2 weeks. That is all we've had. It has been really smooth here. We've not had any classes to have to quarantine. We've had a couple of students, like our teacher, that has had to quarantine only because they were exposed by a family member. So we take temp checks. Those of you coming in, of course, you had to have your temperature checked coming in. Been very important, and we've caught a couple of fevers like that. We have caught some, and not because the parent, you know, your child can have a fever in the morning and not even know it. So we do it for extra precaution, and that has seemed to help us. We've also, masks are being worn with students, not necessarily in the room. If they're in the room in small group, close together, they'll wear them. But if they're at their desk working all day, we'd allow them to take that mask off. But they do have to wear them in the lunch, coming to the lunchroom. And if you notice in the lunchroom too, you see yellow dots. We've had to really stretch our lunch times out this year and to allow for separation in the lunchroom. So we don't want children right up next to each other. And sanitation. We are constantly cleaning. We have been through more cleaning supplies this year, and we'll continue to do that just to help keep everybody safe. But I think everything that we're doing is paying off because we have really not seen anything here like some places are dealing with. So we're very thankful for that. And at this time, we'll go ahead and we'll get started with our Bee Booster meeting. And our president, who has willingly decided, to help do this for us, is Miss Belinda Blodgett. So if she will come up at this time, and we'll go ahead and get started with our first Bee Booster meeting.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ms. Robertson. We appreciate you and your staff just making the space available for us. And I know that your staff worked hard to get this space ready for us, so thank you. First, I am Melinda Blodgett. As she said, I am serving as the Bee Booster president this year, and we're really excited. I'm excited to be here and to be involved. I have a first grader here on this campus. I have a third grader, and I have a pre-K-er. So I will be at Garrison Pelcher for a few years, and I'm just excited to see how this group grows through those years. First, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here, making it a priority, whether you're here in person or with us via Zoom. Thank you so much. I know that your lives are just as hectic and as crazy as mine is. And I know many of you may have put your dinner in the crock pot this morning before you left. Some of you may have had to find childcare, and some of you may be like me and said, peace, husband, figure it out on your own. Good luck, bless his heart. So thank you for being here. I promise I won't keep you too long with all of this. First, I wanted to tell you, we do have an opening on our leadership team. We are without a vice president right now, and that role needs to be filled. So if you know of someone who has good leadership skills or someone who just wants to be more involved, this is a perfect opportunity, and we would love to have you join our team. Let me read from the bylaws what the role of the vice president is. So it says that the vice president shall act as an aide to the president and shall perform the duties of the president in the absence of the president. So it's just real laid back. We know that you have lives outside of these walls and outside of this committee. And so we're not going to monopolize your time. We have fun when we have meetings, and it's a very laid back atmosphere. So don't be scared, kind of like I was when I first took on this role. So we're going to have a great year, and we're excited about it. So just be thinking on that, and we'll circle back to that topic during our open discussion time, and we'll take nominations and maybe a volunteer at that time. So Mrs. Robinson touched on this a little bit, but I just wanted to talk to you about where we've been as Bee Boosters, where we're going, kind of our vision, our mission, and some of the goals that we have set for our group. So as Mrs. Robinson said, it's been several years since Garrison Pelcher has had a parent involvement committee, and they felt our absence. The administration felt our absence, and they wanted to do something about it. And they know what a vital role that we as parents play in the success of our children and their success here. And so they're making it a priority to get this group going. And even with COVID restrictions and things don't look the way that they did last year, but it brings me a lot of peace and hope that their desire is for us to be here. Their desire is for us to be plugged in and for us to have a relationship with the staff and teachers here. And so that's just very encouraging that that's the goal. So we as Bee Boosters, we want to work alongside the amazing staff, teachers, and administration that are here. There's so many great things going on here, and we know that as a group together, we can go further, faster. And so that's our goal, is to just work alongside with what is already going on to make your students' experience even better. And I'm reminded of the quote from Helen Keller, and it says, "Alone, you can do so little, and together you can do so much." So here we are, the leadership team, asking you guys to join us in membership on the We Be Boosters so that we can do so much together for our school. So we're looking for 100% involvement with our parents, and we would love to have a representative from every family unit to be involved in this committee. The desires that I have for my daughter and my student here may be different from what you have and the desires that you have for your student. And there's nothing wrong with those differences, but the way you are able to voice your desires and what you want for your student is by being involved and being on this committee. So encourage your friends. If you have friends or family who are not here, we would love for them to join us in our next meeting. Maybe they didn't know what We Boosters was. I had a friend send me a text message. "Now, what is this We Boosters thing? Tell me about it." So maybe you've got one of those friends. So just tell them about it. Tell them what we're trying to do here. And we would love for them to join us. And any of our teachers that are here tonight or via Zoom, if you would continue to send out reminds. I got a remind notification yesterday from my daughter's teacher saying, "Don't forget about the meeting." And those things are so helpful for us as parents. I will admit that Tuesday night, it was bedtime before I even opened the first book bag. So thank goodness that my third grader can do her homework independently, because I was not a part of that. Those nights happen, and we all have those nights, and there's sometimes that we just do not get to that folder. And so those reminders that come to our device get to us first. So thank you for using that, and if you'll continue, that would help us out so much with getting the word out about our committee and about the needs that we have. Let's see. At this time, I'm going to ask Summer Godwin. She is our treasurer, and she is going to come up and talk to us a little bit about our membership fees and the what we will be doing with that.
Hey guys, I'm Summer Godwin. It's great to see everybody here tonight, and all you people in Zoom land out there. Just want to talk a little bit about our We Be Booster membership fees. What we've asked for everybody to do is part of your commitment and in support of your child in the school is to invest a $5 fee in your commitment to be on the We Booster committee. And we're going to use that money to build a little revenue to get us started in our first fundraiser this year. So if anybody has their $5 tonight that they'd like to turn in, I'm available with receipts and can get that turned around for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Summer, so much. And I'll just add, if you know of anybody or if the money issue is holding you back from joining us, please don't let it. We can make accommodations and we can work around that with you. So we want you to be involved. Don't let that hold you back. So as Summer said, we are working from scratch here. We did not inherit a already formed committee and an already formed team that has a nice little fund here for us to work with. So we are excited about our first fundraiser, and the fundraiser that we have decided to do to kick us off and get us going is a Christmas giveaway. Now this giveaway is going to feature 3 prize baskets. Each basket will have a theme, and we will collect items around the community and throughout the town to put into the basket that go along with that theme. They're going to be very nice baskets. We anticipate that people are going to want to use these baskets as Christmas gifts, maybe the whole thing or pieces of the basket. And so we're really excited about that. We're going to ask that each student sell a booklet of 10 tickets, and the tickets will be $1 a piece. And we want this to be a really fun and exciting competition between our students, between our pods, and between our teachers. And so once you sell your 10 tickets, you can get more tickets. and more tickets, and then even some more tickets, because the more we sell, the better this fundraiser will be for us and our kids. The giveaway will start on November 19th, and then we will end on December 11th. And we were strategic about those dates because we want you to have in hand tickets so that when you go to your family Thanksgiving dinner, you can say, here, I volunteer you to buy 10 tickets from, my son or my daughter. And so we want you to have those in hand so that you can be selling over the break. We'll come back, and then on December 11th, we'll finish our fundraiser, and we will draw for our 3 winners. And we wanted to end on December 11th because we want our winners to be able to pick up these baskets in time for Christmas before we all leave to go home for the holiday. And so we're really excited about that. And then also we want to celebrate our students who have done a great job selling. So we will have a student from each pod as our top seller for that pod, and they will get a nice prize. And then we will also have our top selling pod overall. Now, teachers, you want to be on the winning side of this deal because it's not only going to be fun for your students, but it's going to be nice and a nice special surprise for you as well. We see you and we hear you and we know how hard you all work. And I think that if anybody doubted the work that teachers put in, that was all squashed in March when all of a sudden we were trying to be the teacher and failing miserably. So we see you and we want to honor you and celebrate you. So I'm going to ask our teachers to get involved and have a very friendly but very competitive competition between each other so that we can make this fundraiser super successful. And on that note, the leadership team, we cannot pull this off on our own. We need some help. And so we have sign-up sheets here tonight, or you can comment in the comments on Zoom that you want to be involved and be on this Christmas giveaway team. And we're really excited about the plans that we have, and we just need some more manpower to get this going. At this time, I'm going to open up the floor for open discussion. If you have any questions, I will do my best to answer those. And if I don't have an answer, I'll get back to you. And then we'll also take any nominations or volunteers for the vice president role. So if you have questions, you can type them in the comments and it will be relayed to you. Okay, do we have any nominations or volunteers for our vice president role?
And it's okay to nominate someone who's not.
Okay. And as a tangible way to just say thank you for being here tonight, we have a giveaway for a gift certificate to Mom and Dad's. And do we have that available? Okay, so Miss Summer is going to draw a name for us. All right, Lee Carroll. Yay! You get a gift certificate from Mom and Dad. Thank you so much for making it a priority to be here tonight. Well, guys, that's really all I have for tonight. If there's nothing else that anybody else wants to say, anybody from our leadership team, that really wraps it up if you don't have any questions. And just just be looking for a save the date for our next meeting. When we get that scheduled, we will get that out to you as soon as possible. Bring a friend next time, and we'll see you guys then.